In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the 4 best side hustles that you can start today. Welcome to the Legacy Investing Show. My name is Preston, and we're here to talk about all things related to investing, real estate, personal finance, and entrepreneurship. We have a portfolio of 50 plus rental units. We do flips, we do wholesales. We also own an assisted living facility as well. We've been in your shoes and we know how overwhelming getting into investing can be. So we created this channel to help you step by step get to where you want to be financially. If you want to achieve financial freedom, make sure to like this video and make sure that you're subscribed. We'll be coming out with 2 to 3 new videos every single week. Also, make sure to follow us on our socials. We're active there daily and we're answering questions there all day. The side hustles that we're going to be talking about today are ones that we're doing currently or ones that we know of people that are doing it today. So the question is, why even start a side hustle? We're all busy and we all have things that we have to do, and the last thing that we want to do when we get home from a long days of work is do another job. And I totally get it. I've been there as well. If you're watching this right now, it's likely that you're not in the 99% of people. You're in the top 1% that's looking to take control of your financial future and become a millionaire. Researchers have found that millionaires on average have 7 sources of income. Most of the strategies that we're going to be talking about in today's video are active income streams. We're going to have a separate video on passive income streams in a separate video, so make sure that you're subscribed for that video. The main goal with the side hustles that I'm about to share is to hopefully get you out of your current job that you don't like and really make a career out of something that you enjoy. Here's the real secret to wealth: taking your active income streams and then investing that into passive income streams. The first side hustle, and the one that is our current favorite, is wholesaling real estate. You can make $10,000 to $100,000 per month with this side hustle. One of the best parts about wholesaling real estate is that you don't need any income or credit to get started. You just need a lot of hustle. So what is wholesaling real estate? Wholesaling real estate is defined in these ways. Find a property that's under market value, get it under contract, find a buyer willing to pay more than what you put it under contract for, and then you sign that contract and make your wholesale fee. So as an example, you find a property that you know you can sell to a buyer for $110,000. You get the property under contract for $100,000. You then go out and find a buyer that's willing to pay $110,000 for it. You then assign that contract to the buyer for $110,000, and then you profit $10,000. Now you might be thinking to yourself, this sounds way too good to be true. This has got to be illegal. I'm here to tell you, it's not. We do it all the time, and we know people all over the country doing this. The hardest thing about wholesaling real estate is finding a good deal. If you get really good at finding deals, then you're gonna make a lot of money doing this. The best part is you only need to wholesale 2 to 3 deals per month in order to make a really good living. Let me walk you through how to find a good deal using one of the most powerful real estate tools that we use today, which is called PropStream. By the way, you can get a free 7-day trial with the link in the description below. If you're gonna try this side hustle, make sure that you're using PropStream. It's going to be the difference between making a little money to no money and making a lot of money. First thing, you're gonna wanna go into your PropStream and then you type in your local market. There's gonna be a bunch of results that pop up. So you wanna go to filter, and we always choose non-owner occupied for this example here. Again, there's a bunch of different things that you can use. So we're going to want to go into the equity, and then we always do at least a minimum of 30% equity. And then we're going to want to go into the mortgage info. We're going to have at least 1 mortgage on the property. Again, there's a bunch of other things here. We're going to exclude cash buyers for this example. And then we're going to want to go here, and then we're going to put senior owners that we're going to target. So as you can see, there's now 462 unique properties that pop up. And so once we go here, then we're going to want to go into skip tracing. So what skip tracing is we're going to be getting the contact info of these sellers. So we take that list that we created. We're going to hit add selected contacts, and then go here, and then we're going to go ahead and skip trace them. Again, it's pretty dang cheap to skip trace. It's only 10 cents, but you're going to want to go in and make sure that you get that in order to call up or email these sellers. We're going to be coming out with a full in-depth video on step-by-step how to get started in wholesaling, so make sure that you're subscribed and click that notification bell for that video. Again, use the link in the description below if you want to get started on this side hustle best side hustle, in my opinion, that you can start today. The second side hustle that you can start today is by becoming a virtual assistant, writing articles, or editing videos. This is a side hustle that can pay $3,000 to $6,000 per month. You can use sites like Fiverr or Upwork to market your services. Now, when you first start, you might need to charge a little bit less than what the market allows. But if you pick something that you are very passionate about or you're really good at, then you can start to ramp that up pretty quickly. Here are a couple of things that you need to keep in mind before you get started. One thing that is often overlooked is communication. You need to make sure that you get back to the people that are communicating to you in a timely manner. I use Fiverr for one-off things like creating logos or using someone to edit videos. And the people that I end up deciding to work with are the ones that communicate back to me in a timely manner. My time is valuable and I really protect my time as much as I can. And if people take forever to respond, or if they just don't have good communication skills, then that's not someone that I'm gonna wanna work with. The second thing is, because Fiverr and Upwork are service-based jobs, you need to make sure that you're striving for 5-star reviews every single time. This will help you become Fiverr's choice or Fiverr's Pro Verified. This will help boost your listings, but it'll also make sure that you can charge more money for the services that you provide. So let's use becoming a virtual assistant as an example. This is great for someone that doesn't have a lot of skills, but has time and wants to make a pretty good wage for working at home. What you'll be doing as a VA is you're gonna be sending emails, be doing a lot of administrative tasks, writing, calling, scheduling, etc. Again, the work might be a little bit tedious at first, but I've seen a lot of virtual assistants or executive assistants go from what they're doing right now and getting promoted within their company or the person that they're working for. Not a lot of people talk about how you can start as a VA and work your way up into getting better promotions. When people or companies start reaching out to you, they're obviously gonna wanna see if you're gonna be a good fit. Now, at the beginning, you might not have a lot of choices because you don't have much experience. So you can't be super picky. You're gonna just wanna work with someone and gain that experience. So once you start gaining that experience, you're gonna wanna be just as picky about who you work for in the future. Some things that you're gonna wanna understand about your future employer is their vision and also what they foresee for their company to look like in the future. If you find someone that just wants you to do administrative tasks and doesn't have a lot of potential upside, then that's probably not someone you wanna work for. But if you find someone that's super ambitious and wants to create a long-term partnership with you, then that's someone that you probably want to work for. Now, you can't just go out and find people that are super ambitious and that want to create a long-term partnership with you. You need to start creating value and be proactive about the people that you work with. Once you start working with them, you're going to be able to notice and find different ways to improve their business. Or go out of your way and start doing tasks that they didn't even ask you to do. This is a great way to build your personal brand with the people that you work with, and a way that you can fast track to become promoted within the company. The third side hustle that you can do is by flipping things. You can make $3,000 to up to $100,000 per month, depending on what you decide to flip. Flipping items has become such a huge thing that stemmed from Gary Vee. If you don't know already, he loved to go to garage sales and find things that were undervalued and then selling them off for a higher profit. While a pretty good strategy, you can take it a step further and make even more money. Now, let's first talk about what flipping is. It's very simply taking something that's undervalued and then selling it for a profit. The best thing is you can flip almost anything. You can flip clothes, you can flip shoes, cars, houses, the list goes on and on. Now, determining which product or products that you decide to flip is another question. Some of these will require money to get started and some of these won't require as much. Now, obviously it's gonna depend on your situation. Here are a couple of examples that you can start flipping. One thing that you can start doing is flipping clothes on Poshmark, eBay, or Facebook Marketplace. You can go to your local thrift shops and find clothes that are very cheap and sell those for a profit. I shop at thrift stores all the time, and in fact, this shirt right here is from a thrift store. You can find some great clothes for very cheap. I mean, this shirt costs like $3. I would start by going on Facebook Marketplace and trying to sell there. If you don't get a lot of traction, then you can use sites like Poshmark. Sites like eBay will start to eat into your profit margins, so just make sure that you're aware of that. So let's say you go and start flipping clothes, and then you want to get into something that makes a little bit more money, like flipping furniture. Ryan Pineda was kind of the pioneer for flipping furniture, and you can check out his video right here. He was making up to $8,000 per month flipping couches that he found on Craigslist and then making a profit off it. Now, before you say, oh, I'm gonna do that, it's gonna be awesome, one thing that you have to realize is you're gonna need a truck, a place to store the furniture, and there's a lot of other things that go into it. But this is a great way that you can start to build some extra cash. One of the most lucrative strategies is by flipping houses. Now, there are some barriers to entry when it comes to house flipping, but if you can leverage other people's money, then you can make a lot of money doing this. We have a video on leveraging other people's money to get started in real estate, so make sure you check the description bar for that. You're going to want to find a property that's in this condition, and then you're going to fix it up and then turn it into something that looks like this. This is a strategy that we continue to use today to build up our capital to invest back into passive income streams. Here's a clip of a recent flip that we just did. Now, there's a lot that goes into flipping, including finding the property, managing the contractors, analyzing the numbers, staying within your budget, finding an agent to sell, etc. If you master the process of flipping houses, you're well on your way to become a very successful real estate investor. And as we talk about all the time, we believe that investing in real estate is the best way to become a millionaire. The fourth side hustle is by becoming a social media manager or influencer. You can earn up to $3,000 per month or unlimited. Now, I'll first start off by saying that influencers have gotten a bad rap over the past couple of years. It seems like everyone wants to become an influencer these days, and they're willing to sell their souls for a quick buck. So if you're trying to become an influencer to make a quick buck, you're in the wrong game. Now, a lot of you guys that are watching this video are going to be millennials, Gen Zers, or even younger. Social media is something that we grew up on, and you're an expert on it whether you realize it or not. Now, sure, most of you guys consume social media rather than posting and creating content, and I used to be the same way. I started creating content because I felt like I had valuable knowledge to share in order to create financial freedom for other people. Now, before I started creating content a couple of months ago, I didn't even know how to create a TikTok. I went from 0 followers back in January to close to 800,000 followers in just a couple of months. It can be scary posting things that you might not think anyone else cares about. And trust me, I was there too. The hardest part is taking that first step into creating content. But once you start making content, it becomes a lot easier. And don't think you need all this great equipment or you need to be perfect before you start. I'm here to tell you, you don't. You weren't crushing home runs when you first started playing baseball. It takes a lot of repetitions to get good, and the same is true for social media. Becoming a social media influencer is definitely a long-term game, and you're not going to make a lot of money to start. But if you see the vision and you stay consistent, you can make a lot of money becoming a social media influencer. Now let's shift gears and talk about becoming a social media manager. If becoming a social media influencer isn't your thing, then that's totally fine. Becoming a social media manager, you can start creating content for companies or different small businesses within your area. Now, most large companies won't hire you right off the bat unless you're some sort of genius when it comes to social media. There are so many small companies out there that need to have or want to have an online presence, but they just don't know how to do it. I'll give you a perfect example. My parents own a Korean barbecue restaurant here in Utah, and their online presence wasn't that great. I don't even think my mom knows how to turn on a laptop without us helping her. Just kidding, love you, Mom. So my brother, who's a millennial, stepped in and decided to help out. He didn't have a ton of experience either. So he started to work on the Facebook group, he started reaching out to food reviewers in the area, and he even got a shout out on the news. This greatly increased the traffic that my parents' restaurant started getting once they had an online presence. Now, you don't need to know someone that owns a small business in order to start this. You can start reaching out to these small companies by calling them or emailing them. You can start reaching out to them by going to them in person, calling them or emailing them, and letting them know that you can help increase their online presence or their social media presence. And depending on how experienced you are, you can make up to $500 to $1,000 per business that you work with. Not only is this going to be a great place to start making extra money, but it's going to teach you how to sell things, how to negotiate, and these are some of the most important skills in order to increase your wealth. So if you start managing social media for 3 to 4 to 5 different businesses, the money can start adding up. If you've made it this far in the video, we know that you're serious about taking your financial future into your own hands. These 4 ideas on how to start side hustles are great ways to start to make extra money or make it your full-time job. We're going to be providing as much free value to you guys as possible through these videos. So if this video was helpful, make sure that you like the video and make sure that you're subscribed and turn on that notification bell. We're going to be coming out with 2 to 3 new videos every single week. And make sure that you find the links in the descriptions below for all the things that we talked about in today's video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.